My name is Lorraine Ornelas. I was a Girl Scout leader at Fort MacArthur, had Girl Scouts and Brownies for 25 years from 1956 to 1972, taught CCD at both parishes in San Pedro for that length of time, was active in PTA and also in my church. I am the past president of the San Pedro Garden Club. I'm past district director of the Costa Verde District, and I'm on the state board for garden clubs. I'm past president of the San Pedro Bay Historical Society 3 years. I'm the current recording secretary. When we had the San Pedro Christmas Parade, I was the community grand marshal 1 year because of my community involvement. And that was really a neat event. We had a lot of bands and just a real good time. To ride in a car and wave at the people on the side. But I was on the committee planning it. I was in charge of the bands that showed up getting the judges, because in those days the bands that played in the parade were judged and they got trophies. This is the mayor's volunteer corps.
Right.
I was the coordinator for the San Pedro area, and I go down to the City Hall in Los Angeles every Wednesday and give tours of the City Hall. I have this medallion, which was given to me for 1,000 hours of volunteer service, and this one is down to 6,000 hours because I've been active in that since 1972. You might say I'm a professional volunteer. San Pedro in January of 1956 from my home in Holyoke, Massachusetts as a bride. My husband was a native San Pedron. He has passed away. He graduated from San Pedro High School in 1947 and he passed away in 1985. I have lived in San Pedro in the same house for most of the time except when I had children and moved to a larger house. The house I live in happens to be the beach cottage of Mr. William Kirchhoff, who donated the Kirchhoff Hall at UCLA and had the Kirchhoff-Kushner lumber mill here in San Pedro. I'm French, Canadian. My ancestors settled in Canada in 1532. In St. Anne de Beaupré, and they actually donated the land that the Basilica of St. Anne is built on. And my mother and her 11 brothers and sisters lived in a house in Chicopee, Massachusetts, which was part of the Underground Railroad, because it was sitting on the Connecticut River. And so when the slaves came up the states going into Canada, they went through the house, through the cellar. And my husband's family was here. His grandmother and grandfather came to San Pedro in 1915, and they had a total of 14 children, 10 boys and 4 girls, and all 10 of the boys served during the Second World War. And my children took dance lessons from Lorena Gomez Maese, who has a dance studio on 6th Street, to learn their Mexican heritage dancing. So we're a mix.
Very mixed.
We're French Mexicans. My kids are French Mexicans, and now my grandchildren are a little bit of a mix of other things, Italian and Slavonian and whatever. So we're a hodgepodge of cultures now. Well, I've been a member of the society for quite a few years, and I think the important thing is that we are trying to get everybody in San Pedro to help preserve the history of San Pedro. My theme when I was president was honor the past, look to the future, and preserve the past. Favorite one was when we finally got to go into the Muller house when it was finished, because there were a lot of people who had worked really tirelessly to do that. When we got it and we moved it from its location on 19th and Grant and moved it to its present location, the Harbor Occupational Center, the youngsters there that were going to school, helped in bringing it up to code as far as electricity and plumbing and that kind of stuff. And we were finally able to open the house and have people come in and see what it was like to live in a house that didn't have any TV, and had Victrolas, and had a piano, and had other things to keep them occupied. Because when the house was originally built, and
They
of course,
didn't have any electricity,
plumbing.
nothing?
Nothing.
Wow.
Nothing. Nothing. That was the good old days.